Hey there, YouTubers, Luis from On-Site Towing. So this video is pretty much to talk about the craziness that's going on in the world right now with this COVID-19, coronavirus, whatever you want to call it. It's a very scary time for everyone. It's also a scary time for businesses. And I wanted to do this video to just get a feel for what's going on with my subscribers and even other businesses. How has this affected you? What do you foresee in the future? And I figured, I should give some advice to businesses that are struggling, especially new businesses. And when I say new businesses, it's businesses that, have been in business within the last 3 years. I feel that, once you hit the 3-year mark, you're outside of your infancy stage. So, if you made it that far, you should be able to continue on. But it's the newer businesses that I see that they're going to have issues staying afloat. So anyways, very scary time, especially since, there's so much uncertainty. We don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. So, I myself am struggling. My tow truck's really not moving. It's probably been going out once a day. My repair shop is empty. People are afraid to come out. People are holding off on fixing their cars. Everybody's locked down and sheltered in place. So last Sunday, New York State actually issued a lockdown. So the only businesses that can stay open are essential businesses, auto repair and towing being one of them. Bars and restaurants are closed and only available for takeout. Electronic stores, movies, malls are completely shut down. It's actually pretty eerie because the highways are so empty, the roads are so empty, the parking lots are empty. So it's pretty scary, My mother down in New York City sent me some pictures of Times Square, and her exact remark was, "I have not seen the streets so empty since 9/11." That's how drastic this worldwide pandemic is. But anyways, so, not only myself, but everybody else in this industry, your trucks aren't moving, repairs aren't coming in. Now is the time to see where you can actually cut expenses. And when you cut expenses, don't cut expenses where it's going to jeopardize safety. If you own a repair shop, try to keep things off. Your compressors, your lights. Only turn these things on when you have to use them. And I know certain states are requiring that, half the work staff, actually I think it's 75% of your work staff needs to be cut down in your place of employment. So, that's another way to save money. But then again, the employees are the ones that suffer, especially if they're not being paid during this pandemic. Another thing that I highly recommend is that if you've got any loans, any truck loans and stuff, stay on top of that stuff. Stay in constant communication with the banks. Don't wait to the last minute to say, listen, I don't have the money to pay you, because it's only going to get worse. Another thing that I found out is that the government has a disaster relief for businesses. So I would jump onto the, I forget the website, but it's one of the government sites for the SBA loans, and start filling out the applications. And one thing that I know about SBA loans, that they're not easy to get, but it's still worth a shot. It doesn't hurt to fill out an application, especially if you're on the verge of going out of business. If push comes to shove and you are forced to go out of business, my recommendation is, there's nothing wrong with filing for bankruptcy, So if it comes to that, and hopefully it doesn't, start looking into the different types of bankruptcies, consult with a lawyer and see what's best for you. Don't just close the doors and accrue all that debt that's going to be hounding you for the next several years. A lot of times when you file for bankruptcy, within 6 months, you're probably going to be getting approved for credit cards and whatnot. So do your research on that stuff. One of the things too that I'm also stressing is sanitizing your equipment, sanitizing your shop, anything that's being touched. Grab some Lysol, spray the crap out of it. Steering wheels, door handles, doorknobs, toilet seats, you name it. Sanitize everything. Because this is This virus, it is pretty scary, especially if you're an older individual or somebody with a compromised immune system. You end up contracting that. It might not work out well for you. So do whatever preventative measure that you can to protect yourself, to protect your customer, to protect your family. And like I said before, I'd like to hear what's going on with all my subscribers, and leave some comments in the comment box, and be safe out there. And I'm going to continue to do videos, especially now since I really don't have much else to do. And that's it. Hit like and subscribe, and be careful out there.